Okay guys, one thing to complain about. We love our RVLock keyless handles that we got for our camper. FOBs, not so much. We had ordered 4 of the locks. Of the 4, 3 FOBs worked great. We programmed them, they were fantastic. The 4th one did not work. We couldn't get it to program, nothing worked properly on it. And so we contacted RVLock, they were great. They replied and said, if a blue light doesn't come on, then you could try ordering some batteries and try replacing the battery, or we'll just send you a whole new FOB. And so because of the fact that the FOB felt like it didn't, the buttons didn't connect properly, I asked for a new FOB. So they sent it in, and guess what? It didn't work either. In the interim of all that, we decided to try our 3 FOBs that were working correctly, and 2 of them had stopped working. So we only had 1 that was still operational. So we went online, went onto Amazon, and we ordered a pack of batteries to go with them. So we thought, okay, we're going to try changing all the batteries and just see what happens. Well, then that brings in another issue. When you go to open these FOBs, to open them up, there's 3 tiny little screws on the back, and you have to release those screws. So you have to unscrew everything, and then you can take it apart. So when you undo all of these screws here in the back, and you lift this back panel off, you can see inside is the battery. Well, to get the battery out, basically this whole thing comes apart here. Even these buttons, they're just laying in there. This plastic comes off, and so when you try to put the whole thing back together, it's a balancing act of trying to make it fit, and then 95% of the time, once you screw it all back together, it doesn't work. So you have to take it apart again, try again, something doesn't line up and it pinches and the remote doesn't work properly. And so I'm going to see if we can't get these put back together and get them to where they work properly for us. Okay, so here's my new battery. I'm going to go ahead and install it. And you can see it lit up blue there, so that battery is functioning. Now to reassemble, you basically have to do it backwards. You start with the front plate, place in these buttons. Then you have to take this piece and hold it together, because the front plate goes on the outside of this centerpiece. This balances into the middle there, and you can see the groove where it needs to go in. Now the problem that we're having is when we go to put it back together and screw this back on, when you pinch it closed, I don't know if you can see that, but when you pinch it closed, the blue light's on. It's pinching something too much, and so that battery is running constantly. It's like it pushes these buttons in, and the remote thinks that it's being used, and so the batteries get burned up just immediately, basically. And so you have to take it back apart and try to put it together where that piece is not going to be pressing. And so it's a little, it can be done, but it's a lot easier said than done. So what I've found that works for us is I have to take the back plate off, start with this grouping, and lay it inside upside down, ironically. And then for me, I have to make sure that this plastic sleeve goes outside of these 2 tabs there. Then you start assembling it this way. Once you've got that in there like that, you can then turn everything over on top of your front plate. And now let's see. Nope, it's still doing it. Something's still getting pinched. So basically, my point is, if you get the remotes and they work, they're fantastic until the batteries die. If you have to put a new battery in, good luck. You might get it to work, you might not. They're selling these fobs as replacements for $39.99. I don't think they're worth about $2, much less $40. So as a general consensus, the fobs are junk, so stay away.
So anyways, guys, we just wanted to do a quick follow-up on that. Let you know, like I said, we like the RVLocks on the camper.
Yes, very
It's
much.
super convenient because I can't tell you how many times when we're loading up or if I want to go out there and tinker on the camper or something, you know, forgetting the keys, having the camper's locked, have to come back in, get the keys, unlock the camper.
Yep.
So with the keypad on the camper, that's wonderful. But these things right here are junk. I'm just here to tell you. And they're so delicate. I mean, she showed you what the problem was there. And then you're supposed to put this in your pocket, the keys, and expect it not to burn the battery up or come apart or, I mean, it's crap. I don't know where these things are made at, but they're crap.
Well, I'll tell you the secret that I found when I was putting them together. I finally did get these two put back together properly. Is go backwards, use the back plate, put the battery compartments in there, put it on, then put the front plate, but snap this end that's farthest away from the keychain, snap that in together first and hold it together securely while you screw it in before you screw in the one nearest the keychain. That's the best way I've been able to figure out to make it actually seat in there properly.
Well, and she's being very generous, y'all, because one of them, she actually even had to cut one of the pieces off to keep it from matching on the buttons, and the buttons don't want to line up properly.
It's difficult, you know, bring lots of patience if you're going to try to do anything with these remotes.
Yeah, and that's something I don't have and most people don't have. But anyways, I just wanted to throw that out there because, again, you know, we talked about these locks, and like I said, we do love the locks. I love them having on the compartment doors, and that's where this fell in at when we got the entry doors.
Right.
We didn't have a problem with any of the fobs. When we got the compartment doors, one of the fobs didn't work.
Right.
And you could tell when you mash it, the buttons just didn't, the button wouldn't even mash.
Right.
And like I say, it chapped me a little bit because their response was when we called them was, well, you can order some new batteries and put in it and they'll probably take care of it. Well, it's a brand new remote. I shouldn't have to order batteries, you know, on a brand new product.
Well, and like I said, we did ask them to send us a new fob because those keys did feel it like they were not in there properly.
Right.
So we felt like it was probably just a faulty fob. And then in the process of figuring all that out, 2 of our other fobs died, and it just snowballed from there.
Yeah, and so if you get one and you start working with it and you notice that blue light stays on, you know you've got the same problem as far as it's pinching a button in there somewhere, and and then it's just, you know, it's luck if you get it fixed from that. She's managed to get one of them fixed. But
I've done 2. I've still just got 2 more, but that's okay.
Yeah. So maybe we can get 4 out of the 5 work. Now, in saying that, we probably won't ever use these fobs.
Probably not.
You know, but here's my big one. This is why I want to put this video out there, because we do Disney a lot. You guys know we do Disney a lot. So if you're going out somewhere for the day, if you're out camping in your camper and you think you're going to take just this fob so that when you get back in you can unlock it, and you don't have to remember some code or something like that, do not rely on these fobs.
Yes, always remember your code.
Yes, make sure you got a code somewhere.
Yes.
And then for us, it wouldn't even be a bad idea to take your key and hide it somewhere. You know, they got those magnet boxes. You know, a lot of vehicles nowadays got where you punch in the keypad on the cars, lock one inside the car or something like that, the truck. Just have a backup. Do not rely on this fob. That was the main reason why I wanted to put this fob out there, because I would hate to see somebody get locked out of the camper because they think, oh, I got a fob, I don't have to remember the code, and then go out and spend a day sightseeing and come back in and the fob be dead and won't work. So that was my main concern. Again, like I say, we try to be very honest about anything we do. We don't get paid for these endorsements. When we did the other videos, we bought the locks ourselves. They was not paid endorsements. They did not send them to us for free. And so that way we can be completely honest. I don't have to be afraid to say something because they won't send us more free stuff. So that's not the way we work.
Well, even if it was free, we would still give you guys our honest opinion, but this is truly our honest opinion.
But that was my biggest thing. Yeah, that was my biggest thing. I just didn't want somebody to get locked out of the camper relying on the fob. So hope that helps you guys. I hope that's a great follow-up. And if you have any other ideas, if your other people have problems, let us know down in the comments. We'd love to know. And then that way, if RVLocks does reach out to us, we can pass on other problems that people had too.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
See you later.